Hi everyone! In the video Fugal episodes, I discussed the bridge of Bach's Fugue in B-flat minor from Book 1 of the Well-Tempered Clavier. The bridge's construction, using as its basis B-flat minor's chromatic tetrachord and recurring 6-3-6 intervallic patterns, is modulating and connects the exposition's initial subject-dancer pair with its final 3 subject entries. The work's second episode then begins after the exposition in bar 17. Like the bridge, this episode also modulates, moving here from the tonic key of B-flat minor to its relative major D-flat. Unlike the bridge, however, where the intervallic pattern spans the episode's entire length, here it's only used at the beginning, initially moving 6-5-6-5 and then 5-3-5-3, taking the music to a D-flat major chord. That key is then established with a cadential progression and perfect cadence. In this episode also, Bach makes increasing use of this quarter note motif from the subject-dancer pair. Here, for example, it's inverted, then used in its normal form. These subject entries take the work from the key of D-flat major to E-flat minor for the next episode. The intervallic pattern of this short episode begins while the subject is still sounding. As with the bridge, this episode again uses an intervallic pattern to span its entire length. Here, however, no melodic scaffolding, such as the bridge's tetrachord, is used. Bach here again uses 6-5-6-5, 5-3-5-3 intervallic patterns, taking the work from the key of E-flat minor through A-flat minor to conclude in D-flat major, with A-flat minor's tonic triad using a Picardy third, sounding as the dominant of D-flat. In this episode, Bach again uses the quarter note motif, here slightly modified. This single answer entry in D-flat major then leads to the next episode. In this episode, the intervallic pattern again begins while the subject is still sounding. Here, the 6-5-6-5, 5-3-5-3 intervallic patterns are again used, although the initial 6-5 is omitted. Through these patterns, the chords move through the supertonic, mediant, subdominant, and dominant chords of D-flat major. D-flat major's tonic chord is sounded several more times before a repeated 6-3-3 intervallic pattern moves the work back to the key of B-flat minor. Once again, at the episode's conclusion, the intervallic pattern and subject interact. These subject entries move from B-flat minor through E-flat minor and back to B-flat minor for the next episode. Unlike the work's previous episodes, this episode remains in a single key throughout. Given its location in the fugue's concluding area, this isn't unusual, as Bach wants to re-establish the tonic key B-flat minor. This recurring 3-5-8-7 intervallic pattern prolongs the tonic triad, and this 5-3-5-3 pattern continues through an interrupted cadence. Bach then uses a 2-5-1 cadential progression to lead into the subject stretto section. The subject stretto section remains in the key of B-flat minor, as does the final episode. Much of this episode is constructed around a series of sixths, which begin during the subject stretto section. Harmonically, part of the episode prolongs C half diminished supertonic 7th harmony, which is used 3 times. Here it's prolonged by secondary B-flat dominant 7th harmony sounding together with this C half diminished 7th chord as a secondary interrupted cadence in E-flat minor. The third supertonic 7th chord is then altered, sounding as the secondary dominant to B-flat minor's dominant 7th chord. In this fugue, then, Bach varies his approach to episode construction. Some episodes, such as the bridge, use an intervallic pattern and melodic scaffolding to span its entire length. Some episodes are modulating while others are not. Some use only intervallic patterns to connect the subject entries, and others use intervallic patterns as well as harmonic progressions free from any structural support. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.